Why does it take 39 years for India to come out with its first national education policy and next 34 years to update it? The new NEP has come after more than 3 decades, underlining the fact that this key sector did not get the due degree of attention for years together. India's first education policy was passed and implemented in 1986. In 1968, Indira Gandhi did announce the first national educational policy, but the same was not successful because India was going through a challenging economic period, having had two wars in the 60s, lost two PMs while in office, and education then being a state subject. Via the 42nd Amendment, it was only in 1976 that education was transferred from state to concurrent list. Before the education policies, the government had been functioning based on recommendations of various commissions on education as flashed on the slide. After 34 years, the National Education Policy for India under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, an eminent ISRO scientist, was approved on 29th July 2020.
Teachers, Qualification and Education. A national curriculum framework for teacher education will be drafted to guide all teacher education. 4-year integrated BEd will be the minimal degree qualification for school teachers. Admission to this course shall be through suitable aptitude tests conducted by the National Testing Agency. All multidisciplinary universities have been designated to run these BEd programs. All fresh PhD entrants will be required to take credit-based courses in teaching and education related to their chosen PhD subject. For recruitment, the teacher must qualify through teacher eligibility tests, give a demonstration class, pass the interview, and have knowledge of local languages. The NEP 2020 also encourages schools to hire local eminent persons or experts as master instructors on various subjects. Teacher audit or performance appraisals will be carried at regular intervals. By 2022, a set of national professional standards for teachers will be created that will determine all aspects of teacher career management, including tenure, professional development efforts, salary increases, promotions, and other recognitions. Some critics feel that these should have been addressed now itself. Accessibility. Government aims to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030 in school education and 50% by 2035 for higher education. For this purpose, 3.5 crore seats would be added in higher education. Right to education is now extended to 18 years of age. Further, government aims to bring 2 crore school dropouts back into the mainstream. Emphasis would be to set up funds for children from disadvantaged regions and groups. Foreign universities would be encouraged to set up campuses in India. This will increase competition and also help sustain high talent in the country as students don't have to move out to pursue higher education. To enhance reading and learning level of students and general public, a formation of national book promotion policy was announced. The target set translates into setting up of schools and colleges at the rate of almost one every week. The implementation of these targets is therefore a challenging task. Environment and infrastructure. Aim should be to provide all basic facilities and ensure that students remain fit and healthy. In the NEP 2020, midday meal program has been endorsed and extended further. NEP 2020 aims to increase public investment on education from 4.6% to 6% of GDP. While a developing nation like Cuba spends 12.9% of GDP, even the most developed nations like US and UK spend in excess of 5% on education. In India, in 2019, despite government allocation of 4.6%, funds actually spent were 3.1%, and India stood a poor 144th in the world rankings. It remains to be seen if and how the 6% is actually spent on education. In addition, to meet the growing demand, the policy could have opened education to private investments. Curriculum. Besides academic grounding, curriculum must also lay importance to culture, morals, and values. Primary education curriculum should gradually move to advanced learning, tapering from basic all subjects upwards to specialization in a subject including sports, vocational, and extracurricular subjects. In line with international educational standards, the pedagogical structure in schools has been changed from a 10 plus 2 system to a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 system, emphasizing early childhood care and education. First 5 years will be the foundational stage from age 3 to 8 till class 2. Teaching will be play based or activity based like Anganwadi system in villages with a focus on the development of language skills. Next will be 3 years of preparatory stage from age 8 to 11 with classes from 3 to 5. Along with language development, focus will be on numeracy skills. Next will be 3 years of middle stage from age 11 to 14 with classes 6 to 8. During this stage, focus will be on critical and experiential learning. Vocational education will become a vital aspect. Final 4 years will be the secondary stage from age 14 to 18 with classes from 9 to 12. A variety of subject combinations would be offered. To reduce logistic burden, the NEP specifically mentions that textbooks should also be available in regional languages and must be downloadable and printable. Colleges will provide multidisciplinary courses, a flexible curriculum of 4 years with multiple exit options. Academic bank of credits will be established to transfer credits to facilitate the movement of students in and out of programs and from one program to another. Additional 1 year after 12 plus 3 will help students to become eligible for many top ranked global programs. Colleges will be granted autonomy to introduce new courses, review, restructure, and redesign the existing ones, based on industry's needs, therefore helping the students in placements. Some critics feel that the multiple exit option in the higher education will encourage the marginalized and socially deprived and people of a particular gender to drop out. Language. Medium of instruction should be in the language which ensures universal applicability and in the language that the child naturally understands, or in other words, his mother tongue. NEP 2020 is against popularizing English language and encourages students until class 5th to be taught in the mother tongue or regional language. Emphasizing on English language only after class 8th would make grabbing basics difficult for students. Further, this might widen the gap between the influential and weaker section. Again, the policy would pose problem for children who move with parents in transferable jobs. Testing, grading, and standardization. 360-degree progress card will replace the current report card, focusing on the uniqueness of each learner, which will include knowledge, skill, and transformative competencies, attitudes, and values. Exams will focus on experiential learning and critical thinking than memorizing facts. National Assessment Center (PAREK) will work to improve the overall evaluation system. Public and private institutions will be governed by the same set of norms. Quality control and planning. HRD Ministry has been renamed as the Ministry of Education. Higher Education Commission of India will be set up as a single umbrella body for the entire higher education excluding medical and legal education. Future. NEP 2020 proposes multidisciplinary education and research universities at par with IITs and IIMs. National Research Foundation will be created as an apex body to foster a strong research culture and build research capacity. An autonomous body, the National Educational Technology Forum, will be created to provide a platform for the free exchange of ideas on technology. Focus on research will foster a strong culture for innovation. Conclusion. The government plans to set up subject wise committees with members from relevant ministries at both the central and state levels to develop implementation plans for each aspect of the NEP. Many challenges will need to be overcome. Despite these challenges, the National Education Policy 2020 is a bold attempt by the central government to change how education is imparted from preschool to university education. If everything works as planned and the policy gets implemented well, it will open new opportunities for students, making India a thriving knowledge hub. Thank you.